Hello, 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 and welcome to the Foreclosure Deals Coach live Q&A session. I am your host and the Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny Coram. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every single week to this live Q&A session where we discuss my 5-step strategy for finding, figuring, funding, fixing, and flipping your first foreclosure deal. Let's get into it today. Lots to discuss. The market is in a state of flux. I know we say that each and every single week, but a lot of cool stuff is going on in the real estate marketplace. And, the important thing is that you're navigating the market correctly. See, as the market moves, there's money being made at all times in the real estate market and in every proper market. It's just a question of whether you're the buyer, the seller, the holder, the renter, the landlord, etc. What is it you're doing with the real estate market? Well, what's interesting about the real estate market is everybody, and I mean everybody, is impacted by real estate in some way or another. Right now, you're probably watching this, listening to this, either at home, right? Or you're at an office building. Obviously, that's real estate. Now, while that seems obvious, is that real estate benefiting you in the highest and best use? Well, a little background here. Before I became a real estate agent even, I was a real estate appraiser. And one of the things we learned in the real estate appraisal world is what we called highest and best use. The essence of that theory was getting the best result from the real estate that you're working with. So in the case of commercial buildings, the best use, if it were office space, was obviously renting the office space out to commercial spaces, right? Well, now we have highest and best use changing all across the real estate market. If you look at office space as a whole, right now, a lot of people, courtesy of COVID and the coronavirus process that we went to, have not gone back to the office space, right? And the reason they haven't gone back is because a lot of people are able to work from home. I'm a great example of that. I'm recording this from my studio in my home office. So a lot of this real estate is going to be repurposed for other uses, and our goal is to determine the highest and best use of that real estate. Well, what is the highest and best use? If that's the case, what is the highest and best use of residential real estate that is dilapidated, under market, and not in great shape? What do you think the highest and best use of that real estate is? Chime in on that if you're watching today. I'd love to hear what you feel like the highest and best use of below market, needing a lot of work real estate. What do you think the market would say the highest and best use of that real estate product is? While you're contemplating that, in my experience, the highest and best use of dilapidated real estate is to return it to its former glory by putting in modern updates. We call that the flipping process. And when you flip a house, you are taking it from antiquated, out of date, not as pretty as it could be, not as functional as it could be, to modern, attractive, and more marketable. In doing so, when you get in the business of taking lower yield real estate that's not making as much profit as it could be, and turning it into the highest and best use, you are in turn creating an income and building wealth through doing so. Okay, so the flipping process really is about taking real estate that's not at its highest and best use because it's not attractive, and generally as a result of being not attractive, it gets a lot cheaper. So you buy that real estate inexpensively, and then you invest in it to make it more valuable, and thus you create the highest and best use. Good morning, Jeff. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right, so how do you do that? How do we take that and make the highest and best use? Well, we got to start with what the real estate looks like prior. So we're going to hop into Privy here. That's where I find the majority of my deals, is in the Privy application. If you haven't done so already, I'm going to pop that here on the screen so you can see it. If you haven't done so already, I'd really recommend that you hop onto Privy to find and analyze deals in your local market, because if you're not finding deals consistently, you're going to be facing what I commonly refer to as analysis paralysis. What that means is, one, if you don't see a lot of deals, you don't learn to analyze them often enough to get proficient at doing so, right? That's problem one. The second problem that you deal with is that you don't see enough deals, so you start to believe that there aren't enough deals in the local market. If you're not understanding that the highest and best use is always out there, there's always a below market asset that needs to be fixed up and brought to market at its full retail condition, then you're missing a very important aspect of that. All right, we got a Facebook user. If I buy the coaching packet, how many deals will we do, or is it one deal? Great question. Let's talk about that. My coaching program guarantees you one deal within 12 months. Okay, so we're going to work together for as long as it takes to get one deal done within 12 months. A lot of my clients are going to do multiple deals during that 12-month period, but it's an annual coaching product that's going to work with you for as long as it takes to get one deal done in that time period, right? Now, if we manage to get more done, you are welcome to stay in the coaching and do as many deals as you want. My objective for my clientele is 3 to 4 deals per year. So we can do as many deals as we want during that time. The way the product works is unlike a lot of mentorship programs out there that take your money and charge you for the theory of doing real estate investing. In my coaching product, I'm guaranteeing the results. So we're going to do at least one, but I'm certainly hoping for as many deals as we can get done during that first year. After the first year, it's a coaching product that's based on an annual basis, right? If you don't get a deal done in the first 12 months with me, there is no additional cost to do the second year or as long as it takes to get you to your first deal. But if we can get multiple deals done, which is the objective, we can do as many deals as you want. Does that make sense? Does that help, caller? So yeah, here's the thing. I am really focused on getting results for my students. I know there's a lot of people out there who sell coaching, who sell mentorship, who don't really care if you actually do a deal, okay? And I'm not knocking it. That model in education has worked for years. I'll give you an example. If you went to Harvard to go to medical school, I can assure you Harvard does not care at all whether or not you actually become a doctor, okay? They care about you paying the tuition. So a lot of coaching programs were founded around that mindset that it doesn't matter to them if you do a deal or not. It really matters to me, okay? I will not allow for any failures inside of my coaching system. So I'm going to work with you for as long as it takes to do the first deal, but certainly if we can do more deals, that's the objective. So I'm going to help you to set up and create a system that can continually do deals like I do. In my best year, I did 47 flips, okay? But to get to 47 flips in a year, I really had to focus on the system. So now I've taken that system, bottled it up into a 5-step process that works and is going to get you able to find, figure, fund, fix, and flip as many deals as you want, but I'm going to work with you for as long as it takes for certain to do the first one. Does that answer your question? I'd certainly want to do multiple deals for you, but it really is based on your effort, right? One deal guaranteed, multiple deals if we get past the first one. I know it's a little bit confusing, but keep in mind that you're going to be working on one deal at a time, okay? So for some people, one deal is all they're going to get done in a year. My best students, though, are looking for 3 to 4, and certainly I'm going to work with you for as many deals we can fit into that year. All I'm saying is I'm guaranteeing the results on that first deal. We're definitely going to do at least one deal, so there's no way for your investment in coaching to be a waste of capital. I simply won't have that in my ranks. So hopefully more than one deal. We're going to work together as long as it takes. And listen, with my coach, I was with him for 3 years. Okay, so when I was getting coaching, it was something that I realized I needed for more than the first year, because I'm going to be finding deals for you, working with my contractors, working with my funding sources. I'm hoping that you're going to hang out with me for years to come. So I certainly want you to be doing multiple deals during that time frame. Okay, how do we get to multiple deals? Well, we got to find those deals. And in order to find deals effectively, you need a great tool. I'm going to look at Privy real quick because I want to show you where I'm finding deals all the time, because they're absolutely out there. And I want to show you that you can also find deals that I'm going to help you to find consistently. So let's hop into Privy here. All right, so you can see it. I'm going to close this off. when I am searching for deals, as I do pretty much every day, at some point during the day, daily, I'm looking for deals because right now I have about 4 or 5 clients who are actively looking for their first deal. So I am constantly making sure through my wholesale resources, got a lot of great wholesale buddies out there, a huge network. We've got TV ads running with my wife on TV, 500 ad spots a month have been purchased for that. Again, I'm fully focused on making sure that we have a consistent supply of deals to provide to my clientele, because that's how I'm going to ensure that you get results. I'm also going to teach you how to find your own deals. But when you're getting started, it's tough. There's a lot of mental things that you're learning about in real time when you get started. So it's good to lean on me a little bit, help you to find that deal. This is not an excuse to not put in the effort or do the work, just to understand that it is easier working with a coach to help you find a deal. So we're flipping through the market right now. Remember, Privy is filtering the market on what's available. That's also priced, you can see here, at 75% or less than the current market value according to the app, okay? Now, this is an artificial intelligence. It's not always 100% accurate.
Unknown caller.
But it definitely gives you a general idea on what could be priced below market that's worth you going to look at right now. Now, I don't find deals every single day, but generally on the market, there's something worth looking at. This one catches my eye because it's priced below 300 grand in a market where the average price of a home is $500,000. So I know this is at least worth looking at. Is this a deal? Well, let's take a quick look. First, we're talking about highest and best use. Remember, inside is the highest and best use of this house to have dirty flooring, outdated paint, right? Probably not. Would somebody pay a great deal more for this property if it were fixed up? The answer is almost certainly yes, okay? It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's got 1 space. Doesn't say if it's a garage or not yet, but it mentions right here in the description, needs new paint, flooring, updated kitchen, and lots of TLC. This is opportunity, whereas the rest of the market is going to shy away from this and go, I don't want to buy this property in its current condition. As investors, this is literally what we're looking for every single day, because this is the deal that we want to do, something that needs TLC, needs work. Check this out. Cabinets, probably $3,000 in cabinets with installation. I might put some upper end cabinets in here, maybe, right? The fridge and appliances look a little bit dated, right? So that's the work we're going to do there. The tile surround they use this plastic sheeting around it. That's not the best use of it. We can get tile done for a couple $1,000s or so. I would replace the carpet on the floors because it's dirty and it's just in general ugly, right? We're going to get rid of that wood sheeting on the side. And honestly, one of the reasons this is not getting top dollar is it's under marketed. A lot of times on dilapidated properties like this, the marketing is not that great because it's hard to show a property when it's not in great shape. So they're asking $289 after a $10,000 price drop relatively recently. What's it worth? Well, we scroll down here, and Privy also gets us the comps on the property in the local neighborhood. So a property here,
unknown caller,
something very popular today, sorry about that. A property here on Rio Grande sold, it's 0.28 miles away. It's a 3-1, ours is a 2-1, and it went for $376. So am I saying ours is worth $376? No, because the 2-bedroom lowers the value a little bit. Let's look for another 2-bedroom comp, see what it went for. Here's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath that went for $325. And here's another one on Vermejo that was flipped. And I'm saying that because you can see the purchase price was $190. They sold it for $345. Usually when it indicates that, it's because it happened recently. And this remodeled home, 2-bedroom, 1 bath near downtown, sold for $345. So let's open this one up. And as you can see here, this one has been raised to its highest and best use. It's very nice. It's got nice flooring, nice walls, right? Nice paint colors. It has been updated. And as a result, it is now worth a great deal more. Check out and compare the kitchen. New white countertops, a gorgeous backsplash here. It looks like it's got quartz or granite countertops in it. So they did a good job of the remodel, and it sold for $345. So now going back to our subject property, is this one a deal? No, and here's why. For $289, right? Although that's a $50,000, $60,000 spread, it's not enough after we look at what it's going to take to get to this condition, which I'm just going to guesstimate it's about 30 grand, maybe 35,000. We haven't seen the property, so we need to see it in person to really evaluate it, okay? But if we go off of that, we would say that maybe 30,000 would get this done, which would bring our total balance on the property to 320. And now they want that we're saying it'll sell for 345, maybe a little bit more. That's not enough spread to make this worth our while. Generally speaking, we want to see an $80,000 to $90,000 gross spread just to kind of get started. Okay. Now, what if I want more coaching or continue to work together? No, again, it's annual. Okay. So it's just an annual coaching fee. If after the year, if you want to continue on, you pay the same coaching fee and you've got me for that year as well. But there's no different fee. It's just the same fee annually. Do you have books or a packet? The coaching does include my course. It's a video training course series that's going to walk you through a lot of the basics and comes with some written material. But again, guys, information is not what you need here, okay? You're looking, and I appreciate the question, so I don't want you to take it as I'm not interested in the question, but rather people who are looking for information should read a book, right? Or go and get a YouTube series out there. I am not an informational product. What I am is an action product. I'm going to coach you through doing your first deal, answer your questions, help you find the deal, connect you with my construction crews, connect you with my funding sources, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to be an end-to-end solution to help you to do the deal. Hey, good morning, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. What sell by owner and they need a fix up? I'm not sure what you're saying there. So if you could maybe ask that again, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So yeah, sorry about that. Re-ask that. Glad that answers the question. So guys, the point is we're finding deals each and every single day. They're not all great deals. So the objective here is to not only help you find a deal, but to analyze that deal quickly to make sure it's a good fit for your portfolio, for the flip that you're trying to maintain. And honestly, a lot of what I'm doing for my clients is making sure they don't get too deep into a rehab and overdo it, costing them money. Okay, so all of this is taking my experience over the past 17 years of flipping property, over 300 flips in my career, bottling it up and helping you stand beside me while we're doing your flip. Okay, we're going to do a flip together that you are going to make the profit on. Okay, I've made my money on the coaching side of it, so now I can mentor you through your first deal, lock, stock, and barrel. Now, does it work? Well, I believe it does, but take a look. See for yourself here for a moment, okay? I'm going to turn off these filters, and I'm going to show you a property a client of mine recently put on the market. Check this one out. It's on Sanderson, and I've talked about Courtney and Stace a lot because they're great people and because I love hanging out with them, but check out this end result on a property we just hit the market on, okay? The inside came out absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, I'm just over the moon happy. You got to really hand it to Stace. He's a very handy guy. Really a lot of construction talent here. But the end product on this with the staging and the overall work came out amazing. It took a little longer than we wanted because Stace did a lot of the work himself. But the net result is they paid for this property. They paid for it. $285 was the purchase price on this after the wholesale assignment fee, and they're now on the market for $440, which we've all acknowledged is a little bit high based on the market, but I think they're going to end up at $435 or maybe $430. Again, the objective of the coaching is that I'm guaranteeing you're going to make a minimum profit of $25,000. My clients on this deal are going to blow way past that and do a lot more than $25,000 minimum because we bought it right. They fixed it extremely well. And honestly, the market is trending upwards just a little bit. Okay. What if there's a house for sale by owner need a fix-up work? I work with every deal in the market. It doesn't matter where the property is listed. The great thing is if it's a deal, that's why I call myself the foreclosure deals coach, okay? For sale by owner is fine. Is it priced below market? Can we get it below market? Can we fund the deal using my hard money sources to get the deal done? It doesn't matter the source of the deal. It matters that it is a deal. Does that make sense? So we're not biased on the location of the deal, although I like the foreclosure market because those sellers tend to be very motivated to price because they're banks and they want to sell below market. A deal is a deal is a deal. Okay. And the more deals that you find out there, the more money you're going to make. Guys, this is a wealth building tool like no other out there. Okay. When you understand the process of buying low and selling high to make $25,000 or more per deal. Again, I did 47 of those in a year. My average profit was just over $35,000. So we had a banner year financially. We blew it away financially, but it was very stressful. We didn't have all the systems we needed to really dial that process in. So I really bottled up the process. And now I'm teaching other people just like you how to maintain that process. And that's really the secret sauce of this product that I'm offering in the coaching space. All right. So we're at 20 minutes now, usually about when we start winding down. I'm going to open it up a little bit for questions. But again, kudos once again to Courtney and Stace for their first flip hitting the market. What an incredible job they did on this property. If you guys want to see this home, we're actually doing an open house on it this weekend on Saturday. So message me. I would love to meet you at the property. We can head by, take a look at the incredible handiwork by this client, and discuss why coaching was a critical element for Courtney and Stace getting started in the real estate investing world, and why it certainly could be what's holding you back right now from doing your first deal. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. This is not an overnight success story. Courtney and Stace worked very hard to get to this point, and now they're in a position where they have the money to do as many deals as they want to do. They've got lenders on standby to do their deals because they did this first one. They did a kick-ass job, so now they're prepared to walk into their next deal. This could be your success story just as easily. You just have to take that first step. If you're looking to take the first step, I would love to chat with you. Message me on the group. Reach out to me. Donny Coram, Facebook message me. Give me a call, 719-649-2500. However you and I can connect, I'm fine with it. But now is the time. The market is happening right now. There's some great opportunities in the market, and real people are making real money doing their first foreclosure flip deal with my guidance as their foreclosure deals coach. All right. I'm going to stop yakking for just a minute here and let you guys open up. We're probably going to conclude this in about 25 minutes. So we've got 2.5 minutes or so to open this thing up for questions. Anybody have any questions we can answer about getting started in coaching, doing deals, etc.? Oh, I love that. What is the minimum or maximum profit on a fix and flip? The minimum profit we were looking for in a deal is $25,000. Okay, so that I want that clarity on there. When you do a deal, I'm not only going to help you through your first flip, that flip is going to make you a minimum profit of $25,000. Okay, if we don't hit 25 grand, let's say you only make 22,000 on your first flip, then I owe you another deal, and I'm going to keep working with you at no additional cost for as long as it takes to get you to 25,000. Okay, what's the average flip? Listen, guys, I can tell you I've spoken with a lot of professional investors, and generally speaking, they're looking for deals that make between 25 and 30,000 a deal. They're not looking to knock it out of the park like you see on some of these flipping shows and make 75, 80 grand. Don't get me wrong. It is great to make more money on a deal. That's a wonderful thing, but usually it takes longer, and that is the case in the deal I just showed you. It costs more. And just all in all, it is more risky. Here's an interesting stat for you. 80% of people who attempt their first flip deal lose money. Give that some thought. Do you want to be part of that statistic where 80% of people lose money? Of course you don't. What you want is to build a system that can continually do deals for you that's going to make you $25,000 or more consistently without the stress. Finding deals that can make you money without having to worry about losing money is a critical investment strategy. Warren Buffett, the famous investor, opened his book up with rule number 1 of investing is don't lose money. Okay. Rule number 2 of investing, according to Warren Buffett, is refer to rule number 1. Okay, so if you can create a strategy that makes you $25,000 consistently on a deal and consistently do not lose money on a deal, you're going to be in a spot to do as many deals as you want and really benefit from that in the long term. On the flip side of that, if you take a big risk on a property that can make you 100 grand and end up losing money because it's too much of a rehab or it takes too long to fix and it racks out your interest rate too far, that is going to hurt you in the long term. My objective as your coach is to see to it that you do baseline, easy, consistent flips so you make a consistent living on that deal, bring in more capital so you can buy rental properties, so you can invest in other things, so you can change your life through real estate investing. It's a very simple process. Once you learn how to follow it, and I can help you to do that, I promise you it's going to change your life. It most certainly did change mine. Hope that answers your question, Facebook user. Thank you for asking that. Minimum profit, 25,000. Maximum, sky's the limit. But I do want to keep you out of hot water. All right, we're at 25 minutes. Are there any other questions I can answer before we wrap this thing up for today? We got a couple of viewers left. All right, hey, lots of great questions today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this live Q&A each and every single week. I would love to see you join me in person at my weekly event, a weekly meetup at Bell Brothers Brewing at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. RSVP on Meetup. You can look for Foreclosure Deals Coach Meetup for that. I would love to meet you in person, tell you a little bit more about the program, and ultimately see if coaching is the right fit for you. For now, that wraps up our show for today. Thanks once again for tuning in, and don't forget, as I remind you each and every single week, don't buy a house, guys. Buy a deal.